so-called black man. Who created most of these inventions? The so-called black man, Latino, and Native American. Mainly Negro, man, the head tribe, okay? But he doesn't get the credit for that, man. He's not known for that, okay? When you look at a Negro or so-called black man, you don't see someone who could invent something. You don't see someone who could do something great, right? These people, they see a nigger, okay? That's just the truth, okay? That's just the truth. Whether it's subconsciously or consciously, okay? But that's the witchcraft of these Edomites. That's what the Edomites have done across the earth with their propaganda, okay? But when you look into it, the so-called black man invented most of the inventions on the planet Earth. If we took out the so-called black man's inventions, there would be no cell phone, there would be no laptop, there would be no car engine, man. There'll be no light bulb, man. The slave of Edison created the filament of the light bulb. All right? But he gets the credit for it. Why? Because he's in slavery. He doesn't get the credit. They won't give a slave credit. But when you look into it, that's who created the filament for the light bulb. But that shows you that the Edomites have witchcraft upon the people, man. They have them thinking that they're the precious people of the Most High. Okay? But the Most High has a whole different way of thinking, man. He's not thinking that he's looking at you Edomites like he's ready to destroy you devils, man. Okay? And he's looking at the Israelites like he's ready to take us out of this condition and put us on a higher level, man. Okay, above all the heathen. Okay? Let me read this in Zechariah 13:8. Actually, yeah, might be Zechariah 2:8 actually. Zechariah 2:8. This is Zechariah 2 verse 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto you, unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye, man. So we're the apple of the Lord's eye. We're the precious jewels to the Most High, man. Okay? It also says that Jacob is the former of all things, which means that he's the beginning of all things. He created all things, man. Right? Matter of fact, let me get that. Because if you leave it up to these Edomites, they'll tell you that they invented everything, man. That they were everybody, man. You look at the movies, man. They go into the dark ages. They're so-called white people. That's not true. According to many of the books that we have, man, the so-called black man, the so-called black people were ruling Europe, man, for 1,000 years, man, before the Renaissance period. Okay, and they teach them that in university. When you get to university, there's certain professors that will bring that out and show you the truth. All right, and some of them will tell them not to tell it to the masses. All right, I had a guy come up here the other week telling me that his professor told him that. Okay, so that proves that these Edomites, they know what's up, man. And that's why they have to perpetually keep you in that position, that low position, man. All right, with all these bad foods that you eat in your communities. You go to Jamaica, you would think that Jamaican food. You go to the islands, you would think that it's all natural, it's all good. You know, it's the best top line food from the islands, right? You think that it's much better than this food. You go there, you eat some of their fucking cakes and stuff that they have there. That's poison, man. All right, and the drinks that they have in that island, man, that's poison. All right, because they don't control that, man. They don't control the food production in that island. All right, and the thing is that's why the farmers aren't making money. Okay, because the Edomites, right, and these damn Moabites, they're coming up in there with their products, and they're selling it much cheaper. But it's garbage, man. All right, knowing that they're poor people, so they're selling it much cheaper. But it's garbage. It's GMO. All right, it has all types of poison in it. All right, fructose, glucose. But if you go to the islands, you would think that you would get some natural foods. But that's not the case, man. Under these devils, everything is defiled, and everywhere is defiled. Especially where you Israelites are, okay? Especially where you Israelites are, all right? So when I read this Jeremiah 10:16, okay? That shows you that we are the superior people, man, all right? Because if you just look at secular history, man, just look at the inventions, man. Look at all the music, man. Who created that? It's a so-called black man, including the Listen, Jack Johnson was a boxer. He was the heavyweight champion of the world. He came up, he became the heavyweight champion of the world. He went to jail. They locked him up for some stupidity because these Edomites are the devil. And he created the wrench. All right? He's the one who created the wrench. The so-called black man, Jack Johnson, man. All right? All right? He was a heavyweight boxer and he was an inventor, man. All right? But they don't teach you that, man. The so-called white man won't teach you that type of stuff. Okay? He won't teach you that the so-called black man is greater than him, man. He won't teach you that. He'll make it seem like he's greater, man. All right? But like I said, man, Jack Johnson, he was a heavyweight boxer of the world. He went to jail. The Edomites, the so-called white man, locked him up for nothing. All right? Really, they locked him up because he took a so-called white woman from one state to another, and that's what they called the Mann Act or something like that. All right? They created that law for him just to lock him up. They locked him up, and he created the wrench in jail. All right? That's Jack Johnson, man. All right? But they don't teach you that you Negroes created most of these things. The first brain surgeon, the first heart surgeon, all right, was a so-called black man. All right? But they don't teach you that, man. All right? They want you to think that you're niggas, man. All right? The only thing you can do is rock gold teeth and sag your pants, man. All right? And you perpetuate that, man. You perpetuate that. You look down upon knowledge. You know you're an Israelite, brother? You know you're an Israelite, brother?
That I'm an Israelite?
Did you know that? Have you ever heard that before?
Yes, I have.
You've heard that? Well, you know, according to the Bible, there's going to be a heavy destruction that's going to come upon this place. All right? So we got to keep the laws and statutes that the Heavenly Father told us to keep. And this is why we're in the position that we're in. If you ever wonder why the so-called black man, all his communities are destroyed, where Trump has said that all our places are shitholes, right? Right? Which they are. He wasn't even lying. They are. Okay? Because why? Because of the curses according to the Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Matter of fact, I'm going to read you some of the curses real quick. This is important stuff. Because the Most High is coming back to bring some crazy hell upon the planet Earth, man. Right? It's the way they painted in Christianity that he's all loving, he loves everybody, he's going to save everybody. That's not according to the Bible. Okay? According to the Bible, this is a very terrible power, man. And he drowned the whole world and he left me people.
I was just about to say that, man.
So I like that. I like that. So you're using your brain. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to read some of these curses, and this is why we're in this position that we're in right now. Okay? Deuteronomy 28 and 28, and I'll start at 1. I'll start at 1 to show you what would have happened if we kept the laws and we did what we were supposed to do. All right, according to the Most High. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth. Okay? So that's what would have happened if we would have kept all the laws, statutes, and commandments that he told us to keep. We would be ruling right now. We would be in the kingdom of heaven. Right? We'd have okay? We'd have palaces.
We're not facing humbleness right now.
There we go. Hey, yo, you're thinking, man. Yo, this is a very important thing to get into, man. All right, this is verse 15. I'm going to jump to verse 15 to show you what would have happened if we didn't. All right, this is verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the Lord, unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and statutes, I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and shall overtake thee. And that's what's happening to us right now. All right, we're in a phase of the curses right now. Okay, but right now we're waking up to the fact that we're Israelites and we're putting on that flesh, like it says in Ezekiel. But I'm going to read down to some of the main curses. Okay. Matter of fact, this is the main curse here in verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. All right. The word Egypt means bondage or straits. Okay, it basically means captivity. Okay, when they speak about Egypt, they're speaking about a captivity in a lot of points. Sometimes it's talking about ancient Egypt. Sometimes it's talking about just captivity in general. Okay, in Babylon we were in Egypt. We were in captivity. Okay, but when it's speaking about this Egypt, we never went back into Egypt on ships. We never went back into Egypt as a whole period. Okay, so this is talking about a different place, and I'm going to show you that in Revelations as well. But and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And that word buy doesn't mean actually purchase, it means to save, redeem. That's the old English word, it means to save. Okay, no man saved us out of that. Right? We had little slave revolts. We had two songs, the Overture, and in Haiti, we had those the slave revolts, but that didn't save us. Okay, because Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere right now. Why? Because the so-called white man put that hell on Haiti for that. They still have
The fact that they dissect themselves from the whole.
they still have a grudge for that. For what the Haitian revolution, they still have a grudge for that. So that's why they keep them in the ultimate lowest state there, eating dirt cakes and stuff. Okay, but no man bought us out of this because we're under our enemies right now, right? But I'm going to show you something. This is what's going to happen because to the enemies that actually did this to us. Because the Most High is not going to keep us in that condition because we had a promise to our forefathers, right?
They got to take 2 steps back to move 3 steps forward. So,
Yeah. What do you mean by that, though? What do you
since
mean?
we're like, since we were at before and that we're at now,
Yeah.
we're now, and the fact that I said that we are in a phase of humility.
Yeah.
Anytime we go
We're
back now.
Yeah.
The fact that we went 2 steps back now, we realize what is it that we have lost and what is it that we were before.
Some of us, not all of us, because most of our people are going to get destroyed according to the scriptures, right? So some of us are coming back. You know what I'm saying? You have a good mindset. What I'm doing out here, this is what we're commanded to do. All right, and this is when that evil time comes that the Most High will have that hedge over. Man, I have testimonies of calling upon a name where I'm talking about some stuff. I'm not talking about these Christians. I'm talking about real stuff that you wouldn't believe if I told you. And our other brothers have testimonies. But this is the real deal right here, man. I just want to read Isaiah verse 14 for you. All right, this is what's going to happen to them. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Okay, so he's going to have mercy on us. He took us out of our land. He put us in slavery. But at the end of the day, he's going to have mercy upon us because we're his people. Okay, and he had a promise to our forefathers. Okay, and set them in their own land